of dust and corn husks drifting through the air tonight. The marching bands warming up under the football lights. There's tractor trailers backed up down by the elevators. Train track, grain car rolling later.
Hello everybody, my name is Jamie Fettrell. I'm the creator of the East River, West River, South Dakota map for Farming Simulator 2013. I just wanted to take this opportunity loading the map up to show you that there is no log errors in the map. This is only if you're using the 2.0 patch from Giants. If you're not using that patch, the map will not work because hello again. Just doing some harvesting here outside Fettrell Farm. I'm going to give you guys a tour, a full tour of the map. So stay tuned for a tour. Well, the first thing I'm going to show is there's actually, on all the smaller farms, there's actually sell points. And this is to simulate the fact that you don't own those farms. So in theory, like in real life, you could do custom harvesting for that farmer, and to get paid for the custom harvesting, you tip it at these sell points that are labeled with the $sign. And we'll get plenty of video on the open road like this. Just wanted to take the moment to show the beautiful cooling towers of the coal plant in the background. I'm actually heading out to the chicken farm right now, so we'll be there in a little bit. Alright, I'm on the on-ramp right now, heading towards the coal plant actually. But we're going to the chicken farm, which is actually just straight east of here, so gonna be a lot of road driving on this map, so I hope you guys are excited for that. And again, I have signs all over this map. Hopefully that will help you guys find your way around. This says chicken farm to the right, so I'm gonna head down this way. I hope my water plane doesn't bother you guys too. I know I didn't use the best water plane just due to the fact that I was worried the default one would cause a lot of lag. So I got kind of a crappy water plane, but maybe I'll upgrade the texture yet. I don't know. We'll just have to see how much time I get. But all right, so here's the chicken farm, and okay, the next thing I'm going to show is actually all the wherever you see the symbol that's a silo like that, that is a store point. And I'm actually going to demonstrate my grain bags. Okay, we're filling a grain bag with soybeans. Okay, that's not up all the way. When it's full, it actually looks like that one. So this just gives you a rough idea. Each one holds 90,000 units. So, and I think I only put like 15,000 units in it. So, and since we're at the chicken farm, guess what we get to do? I'm going to look for eggs. The eggs actually appear along this tray in every chicken barn, so it's actually a lot of work. It's a lot of work looking for the eggs, just like in real life. So, I found a couple, actually 3 eggs. Took me a little while. I had to get to the second barn to find them, but we scored 1, 2, and oh, there's 4 of them. Cool. Alright, got 4 eggs now. And this time around we got a refrigerated truck where you sell the eggs. It's just a static truck, but just throw them right in the back. Cha-ching. Got paid for the eggs. Just going to kind of jump around a little bit on you. I'm probably going to do that quite a bit. I know my voice is kind of dry too, so I hope I don't bore you too much, but so try to pay attention a little bit. I'm actually at Fetchel Farm right now. I'm going to show you the cows here. Okay, you see we got a loading chute in front of the barn. I don't know if you can see that, but and then there's a cow symbol. This is where you load cows, and it's to simulate loading up beef cows, and then we sell them out in the pasture. This is to simulate, again, we don't own the small farms. We don't own Fetchel Farm, so this is to simulate that Fetchel, he's paying us to haul his cows out to the pasture for him. So, okay, we're heading out to the pasture, hauling them out there for Mr. Fetchel. There's Fetchel Farm again. We were doing custom harvesting for him earlier, and now he's hiring us to haul his cows out to his pasture, so which is right here. So we're gonna pull in there. It's kind of a tight turn, but and if I can back up straight the first time, this is where we unload cows. And we get paid to unload them, so I know they unload like in an instant, but well, where do you guys want to go next? I've got kind of a tentative plan, but I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to head out to the hog farm now, because I want to show you guys that, and from there I'll show you guys the quarry and the sheep zone as well, so stay tuned. And I got my iPhone playing some music in the background. We're heading to the city, so I figured I'd play Big and Rich, Come Into Your City. I left the clip distances up on a lot of the larger objects like the skyscrapers and the coal plant. That way you can see them from a long distance away. I think it paid off. It really makes a pretty backdrop when you're on the other side of the map. We're heading south on the interstate now. I just kind of wanted to show Sioux Falls in the background there. Again, the skyscrapers and the houses. Of course, there's also a Walmart, and back over there again, there's a mall in Sioux Falls. So, and like I said, my voice is probably kind of boring. That's why I got the music going. So, alright, gotta get off here to get to the hog farm. Alright, hog farm to the left. Reason why I'm, for some reason, Fraps only lets me record 30 seconds of audio at a time. That's why I'm kind of jumping around quite a bit with the audio. So, otherwise I'd record a continuous video, but I gotta kind of clip it up in short segments, so. And here's kind of a windy driveway to get to the pig farm. I thought that would kind of make the map a little fun to not have perfectly straight roads everywhere, because that just gets boring. I mean, in the Midwest, most of our roads are pretty straight, but they're not perfectly straight, so. Alright, here's the hog farm. Got six buildings up here, the hog farm. And I'm just going to stop right here. I'm going to show this water tank over here. Alright. This vehicle is a little confusing. The handbrake is space bar, and I also just found out that if you've got something attached to it, if you've got one of these palletized loads on it, you cannot start it. I don't know why that is. So I guess you gotta detach the load before you start it. I don't know. That's kind of weird, but what I'm doing now is I'm just heading down the driveway to the pig farm. We're gonna go get some water. There's actually a place to get water down here. It's kind of a fun little area to drive down in. drive right into the water. Alright, here we go. Refill it. As you can see, we're filling up with water. And it takes a while. Alright, I'm sick of waiting, so we're 36% full. That's good enough to just demonstrate it, I guess. For those of you that don't really know how this hog mod works, basically there's 3 things you can dump to feed the animals. You can dump grain and earth fruits, which would be potatoes and beets. And then you can also put straw in there. Another straw gives you manure output, just like the cows. And then you put water in. You put water in the little tank, and that's what I'm going to show you here. Basically, the more different things you put in to feed them, the more productivity you get, and the more pigs you get as output. Okay, like I said earlier, the little tank is where you put water. So as you can see, we're unloading our water to give the pigs water. And then to the left, there's another little silo. That's to dump grain in. And then the third little bunker, that's for potatoes and beets. I guess pigs eat potatoes and beets as well. Those are the earth fruits that you'll see on the PDA. I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, on our PDA, the storage window on it, you can see all the normal stuff: cows, sheep, chickens, and then you can see pigs. Productivity, we're at 50%. We got 22 pigs. And I've got grain, earth fruits, and water. And I've got some slurry as output, and some solid manure, I think, too. Or no, the solid manure you get from the straw, that's right. The straw you dump in the alleyway inside the building. And I'm trying to load up with pigs right now. It takes a while, God. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's pretty slow, but it's kind of hard to get the trailer in there, but you got to back it in a little ways. And there's a collision there, so be careful. Alright, well, we got our 22 pigs in here, so we're going to head to John Morell's in Sioux Falls and sell the pigs. And I guess you could call it a feature of the map is I have some areas that are terraced, some fields that are terraced. If you're not familiar with a terrace, it's basically where they cut out a side of the hill and make like a plain, like you're seeing here. South Dakota doesn't have a lot of terraces, but some parts of the U.S. do. I know, like in Iowa, I used to see a lot of them. In Minnesota, I used to see a lot of them. I guess I don't know where else they have them, but. And back on the interstate we go, heading north on I-29 now. One thing some of you might have noticed, this map is reversed from my Salem map. It's not the same direction. I reversed everything, because in real life everything is the other way. So I wanted to make it more realistic, I guess, to how it actually is. Just wanted to show you, I did get a train working in this map. I don't know why it wobbles like that. That's a bug I gotta figure out. But anyway, so that's a train. And here's Sioux Falls again. Just a little background on Sioux Falls, I guess. Sioux Falls is South Dakota's largest city. It's not the capital. The capital is Pierre. But Sioux Falls is pretty much where everyone goes to do their shopping. It's got 2 malls in real life and a couple Walmarts. Then Salem. Salem is kind of a typical town for East River. It's about 1,300 people. So it's a typical small town, I guess, in the Midwest. I'm going to slow down a little bit here. This is actually the entrance to John Morell. Alright, I'm going to stop here. John Morell is actually, in real life, it's a meat processing plant in Sioux Falls. And then on the other side here is Hot Stuff Foods. That's food plant. That's where you can sell your beets and potatoes. Sell them in the back way there. I'm not going to show that, but we don't actually grow beet and potato in South Dakota, but I guess it's a nice feature to have with the map. Some people might want it. So, and right here is where you unload pigs, so we're going to do that next. Alright, I'm going to back up to the dock, and boom, got rid of our pigs. Got paid for them. Sweet. Now let's get out of here. I apologize, I'm kind of skipping around on the map, but the video would just be way too long if I showed everything, so. Alright, we're back at Fetchel Farm, and we are going to head to the quarry right now. So I can show you that next. And once again, we're heading east. We're north of Sioux Falls right now. And up this way, that's the quarry there, that big hill. Don't make the mistake of turning there. That goes to the golf course. The turnoff for the quarry is right here, and it's labeled. It's actually labeled Chicken Farm, but it's the same road, so it might take a while for you to get to know where everything is on this map. But that's why I got the main briefing the way it is, you know, labeled with the coordinates. And here's the quarry. Kind of bare, big and bare. I didn't put a lot of detail down here because I guess I didn't really see a need to. I may add some more buildings down here, but I'm not too worried about it. Alright, I'm filling my trailer up with asphalt right now. So we're going to go do some road construction. Once it's full, it's going to take a little while. Alright, heading up out of the quarry now, full of asphalt, and we are going to go take that to Interstate 90, heading east. So I'll show you that. I just wanted to stop for a minute and show you the view. That's actually the airport. You can see the runway, then you can see the pylons. And then way back there, that's the Black Hills. So we'll go look at that later. This is another nice view. Got the mall, some of the skyscrapers, John Morrell, the food plant. We're heading south on I-29 right now, and then we'll hop on the ramp to go west on I-90. And we got to fix the eastbound lanes. Alright, here I am. That's I-29, and we're getting on I-90. So we're on I-90 heading west. One thing, I wanted to label all the interstates and the highways. I hope that makes it a little easier. And there's actually road numbers at the intersections. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit too. So there's actually the dairy farm. Alright, don't hit these road cones, they're strong as steel, so. This is the area we gotta fix. They got it torn up, we just gotta put the asphalt on. So I'm gonna ditch it here. I should have went from the other way, but I'll just come in this way. Yeah, and there's the dairy farm again, that's the starting farm. So I'll show you that later too. Alright, you ready? This is where you dump the asphalt. And wait for it. Oh, there it is. The road's fixed. Yay. And once the plane's up, you can stop. You can stop dumping whenever you want. I'm gonna keep dumping though because I don't want this in my trailer. But there's the convoy. Yeah, that convoy has the same bug that the train does, where it kind of jumps back and forth. But that happened after I installed the 2.0 patch, so I guess that's Giant's fault, not mine. But back down on the quarry again, I just got filled up with sand. The sand is on the opposite side of the asphalt, so you might have to look around a bit to find everything down here. And then the coal is back there. I'll show you that later. Okay, I'm going to show you this quick. This is the overhead map. Field 100 76, and I believe it's 90. Yeah, it's 90. They're actually sloughs, and there's spots by there where you can dump sand, and it actually builds up a dam, and basically dams up the river going to the slough. So the idea behind that is you're draining the slough out, and you can farm it. There's actually a field under the slough. And I'm heading south through Sioux Falls. We're going to go down to field 90, and I'll demonstrate how you drain the slough out. So again, here's the buildings. Kind of neat to look at. You can actually go inside the mall. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but it's kind of fun. Just not really much to do in there, but it's just something to do if you're bored, I guess. And just about field 90. Actually, this is field 90. It's on the south side of Sioux Falls. So there's Walmart over there, and there's the residential area, and then you got the buildings there, so you can kind of get an idea where we're at on the map. And that's where you dump the sand, so I'm going to show you that next. And there's just a standard buy trigger to buy the slough. So, and the sloughs are actually really cheap compared to the other land, which would make logical sense, like in real life, you know. Real life, you're going to pay less for slough ground than you are for an actual tillable field. All right, are you ready? You ready? Wait for it. The water plane is going down to simulate draining the slough, and the dam is coming up. So basically, again, it's just to simulate blocking the creek going to the slough. And as you can see, there's some logs in there. See them? Okay. I'll show you that later. You can there's actually a place to sell logs. So, but I'll show you that later. So, okay, I'm down in the quarry again. Just so you know, this excavator is kind of a pain in the ass if you're not used to it. But I'm gonna attempt to dump coal into the trailer. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Again, this is kind of a pain. We missed. And yeah, again, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get it in the right spot to fill the trailer. You gotta really center. You gotta center like the tip of the bucket's got to be centered right on the trailer. See how I got it centered? So if it's not, more than likely you'll miss and it won't go in the trailer. So just a heads up on that one. And here we're filling up with coal. Again, it's kind of a pain if you're not used to it. You gotta kind of find the right spot to fill the bucket, just like the trailer. But I'm just gonna put a couple bucket loads in since this is taking a lot of time. But it's kind of a challenge trying to fill this. But hey, that's part of the game, I guess. You know, challenge. And on the other side of the hill, there's the chicken farm again. And there's another slough here. Another thing I wanted to show, we still have water in this slough here. And that makes sense because water flows north to south since we're in the northern hemisphere. That's how that works. And it works the same way on this map. So if you fill the southernmost sloughs up with sand dams, the northern ones will stay wet. But if you fill the northernmost ones first, the southern ones will dry up. I hope that makes sense. And here we are at the coal plant. See the big, massive cooling towers. And there's the offices. And this is where you sell coal. You can see the dollar sign. So, cha-ching. All right, from here we're gonna head west. I'll go show you the Black Hills area, and we'll do some gold dredging. So stay tuned. Don't get bored yet. And here's I-29 again. We could go down I-29 and take a right onto I-90, or there's a couple different ways to get there, but I'm just going to shoot straight across on gravel, and I can show you a couple things on the way as well. This is actually supposed to be the town of Roscoe, South Dakota, which is only like 500 people, but there's just a few houses here. And there's an elevator over there, so there's about 5 or 6 elevators on the map. I guess it might take a little while to find them, but we do own some land here too, so we own land scattered all across the map, so you'll have, there's a car. I do have some traffic on the map. I didn't get carried away with traffic this time, but, and there's a bridge. Get across the Missouri River. We're heading West River now, right into the Black Hills. There's some more logs up here too, so if you get bored, you can come up here, have a little fun. And that is Mount Rushmore in front of us. Might be kind of hard to see on your screen, but Black Hills is home to Mount Rushmore. So there's actually some ATV trails up in the Black Hills in real life, so I added some here too. I'm not going to head them. I'm not going to go up there with the semi, but might be something worth checking out if you're bored. I hear there's black bears up there, so here's an abandoned mine. There's a few of them out in the Black Hills too in real life, so I added some of them as well. You can't go in them though, but it's again, it's a little tricky to get in there. As you can see, it's dirt with little pieces of gold in it. Actually, is what the texture is supposed to be. Some people were wondering about that, but just like in real life, gold dredging is really tricky in the game. You gotta find just the perfect spots along the river here. It's really tricky, but the payout is big. The payout's real big, and I'll show you that in a little bit here. Okay, here I'm at the gold refinery, which is right next to where we were. And notice how much money we got now. That wasn't that much gold, and we got like a ton of money. So yeah, the payout's pretty good. So right now we're going west on Highway 38. The Full Throttle Saloon is actually on a different highway in real life, but here it is on the map. So got some rock music in there, biker music. Anyway, don't tip the Harleys over. Might piss off some bikers, but no, actually they're static. They won't tip over, but it'd be funny though, wouldn't it? All right, let's head back. Annoying rock music again. Excuse me, I just want to correct myself. Full Throttle Saloon's not on Highway 38. It's on this other highway that comes out of the north side of Salem. So I just don't want to confuse you later. I'd rather correct myself. So Highway 38 is actually this way. There's another sell point. There's 2 Cargill elevators on the plant. This is the west one. Then there's one south of Sioux Falls as well. So right now this is I-90 right here. Yeah, don't get seasick going across the river there. I know it's kind of looks like you're moving, like you're on a boat or something. But anyway, we're heading east. There's the coal plant. There's Salem. You can see the water tower, and there's the skyscrapers of Sioux Falls. Here's our military convoy again. But we are going to head south. Let's go this way, down by the truck stop, and then we're going to go down by the ethanol plant, and then from there we're going to go to the sheep ranch. And I did add a lot of trucks and cars and different things to the truck stop. I know that's another thing people mentioned once, that there really wasn't a lot of cars around. Things felt kind of abandoned, so I tried to put more of that on there. There's actually, that's the ethanol plant, Poet ethanol plant. And just when you were about to the sheep ranch, you realize you're on an Indian reservation. There's the casino. I should probably add some cars there, huh? Might have to do that. I kind of forgot about that. But anyway. Here's a trailer park. And an abandoned gas station, Texaco gas station. There's some naughty words on it, some graffiti, so I won't stop there. Alright, here's the sheep farm, so we're going to turn in here. It's kind of a windy, twisty driveway. And there's some more logs here, so if you decide you want to do some more logging, guess what? There's some here too. There's actually logs scattered all over the map. You just got to kind of look for them. That's our house on the sheep ranch. Some of you might recognize it from Sim Tracker if you played that game. Alright, we're down by the sheep barn now. Actually, I made it easy. The sell point for the wool is just right on this trailer, so you don't got too far to go. This is where the pallets appear. And feed the sheep here. And if we want to get lucky tonight, we might be able to find a sheep out here. No, I'm kidding. I am going to look for one, though. The sheep zone is actually huge. It takes up like a square mile, so the sheep get pretty scattered out. I found a couple of them, a couple brown ones. Oh, there's a white one back there, too. So, anyway, let's go back to the barn. I'm going to sell some wool quick. Ching. Alright. Alright, I'm down on field 103 right now. I'm just taking some logs. I'll bring them up to Salem. So, I don't have a logging trailer. I apologize. Albert actually has one, but I haven't got it from him yet. Alright, heading north on Highway 81. Alright, heading into Salem. There's the Senex station. One thing, that's actually, a lot of this stuff's modeled after actual buildings in Salem, so I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but so that's where I got my textures from. I actually walked around Salem and took pictures and stuff, so. And once again, Salem in real life, about 1,300 people, pretty small town. There's my dad's house, actually, with the van by it. And there's the grain and feed elevator right there. And then back over there, that's the south elevator. So, again, there's lots of elevators. Ford dealership. The place to sell logs is across from the feed and grain elevator. It's actually this fenced-in area, because there's actually a lumber yard in this part of town. So that's why we don't really sell logs here, but just for purposes of the game, you know. Now that I got rid of that log, I'm just gonna take a little drive in Salem. Main Street. This is modeled after the actual Main Street in Salem. So again, I put a lot of work into just taking pictures of buildings. I just walked around town one day and took all these pictures. So here's the police station and fire department and the school. And here I am on Highway 38. That's actually Sally's Steakhouse. Not much to do there, but nice feature of the map. Every little town's got a steakhouse, right? A couple bars. And there's actually two fertilizer plants. One's here, and then one is down by Interstate 90. So, and off in the distance, you can see the round barn. That's Jesse Farm. That's actually based on my great-grandma's farm. She's passed away now, but it's kind of nice having a farm similar to hers. She didn't have her own barn, but at Jesse Farm, it's kind of based on like a farm in kind of the early 1900s. And then Petrol Farm right there. That's based on my grandpa Petrol's farm. That's kind of as the farm was in the 1980s. So there's kind of a different era on each farm, which kind of makes the map unique. Once again, I was saying each farm kind of is set in its own era. Cook Farm over there, that's based on a farm in the 1970s. That was actually in operation. Actually, a buddy of mine who likes to play Farming Simulator, his grandpa used to farm that land. And then the dairy farm, it's actually based on a layout I did for a game called Sim Tractor. Some of you probably have no clue what that is, but anyway. It's just kind of a generic dairy farm that you might see in the U.S., or maybe won't see in the U.S. It's kind of a modern farm. Most farms in the U.S. obviously don't have automatic milkers. It's kind of a new technology for us. And then over there you can see Beast Farm. Beast Farm, that's based on my great uncle's farm, as it is today. So there's some modern farms and there's some older farms on this map. I'm going to veer off in this grass area. Some of you were talking about the reset points, the load points for when you reset a vehicle. The vehicles actually land here in this grassy area. I wanted to leave plenty of room for them, so. And I'm just going to go through the gate. Some of you were mentioning there's no clipping, there's no collisions on the buildings. Well, the reason why I left the collisions off is because in Farming Simulator 2011, as I was saying, in Farming Simulator 2011, everyone was using Courseplay. That's why I left the collisions off a lot of these buildings, because, you know, if you're using Courseplay, I mean, that's just a pain in the ass to try and avoid not running into something. So I think for now the collisions are going to stay off. I apologize if you don't like that, but again, it's just easier for some people. Here's the dairy cows. Some of you were also asking where you sell hay and straw. Wherever you see this $ with the straw, that's where you sell your bales and your straw and your hay. So that's the dairy barn back there. That's where you feed the cows. It's actually a drive-through barn. And your manure's back here behind the manure barn. And again, like I said, you can drive through here. This is where you feed the animals, dump your TMR in here. This is actually the career start point right here. This is where you start when you start a new game. I just wanted to show you. Some of you may not remember these from 2011. These are teleport triggers. I'll just run into one so we can. Okay, now we're at the sheep farm. Just like it sounds, it's a teleport trigger. It brings you to a different part of the map, so it's kind of handy. And then this one brings us to the sheep, or the chicken farm, excuse me. So they're kind of nice. Alright, so I think that concludes the video. I know it got extremely long. I apologize for that, but I really wanted to show everything on this map. I know I kind of ramble a little bit, but I thank you, and happy farming.